Whoa, ho, ho, ho. It's the illusion reporting from somewhere on Spaceship Earth. Back here in Malibu, it's been a while since I've actually made a post. It's because I've been sick. Now, if you follow the illusion, you know that I don't actually believe that I am sick or that there's anything wrong with my spacesuit. It's all psychosomatic. It's the universe talking to me on a couple different levels. First of all, I got a pretty heavy food poisoning on the flight back from Kauai. Why? Because it's time for me to get pretty on top of the food I ingest into my spacesuit to keep my frequency vibrating at the highest level possible. So when I was over in Kauai, essentially I was eating clean food for the 10 days I was there, and I ate the airplane food on the flight home, and it just did a number on me, like blew me apart, literally. And that was really eye-opening, because I'm one of those, I don't get sick. Generally speaking, I hardly ever get sick. So to get food poisoning and have it be so obvious of where the food poisoning came from was a great lesson to learn and a lot of information. So I've definitely been trying to pick my food better. But wow, dude, you know, once I got my eyes open to the whole GMO thing over there in Kauai, I went to my supermarket and it's like madness, man. It's all just dirty food. I don't even know what to do. You know, I've been trying to eat more fruits and vegetables. I mean, just to start there, but I don't know if any of it's GMO or not, man. It says it's organic, but who knows? This is all new territory for me, man. If you've been following me, you know I'm a Oreo cookie Slim Jim guy, so we're changing up the whole thing. And then the surf's finally been good here, and this ties in a couple of things. Matt Doan out in on the East Coast somewhere said he busted his wrist snowboarding, and like, what do you do? Well, it's the same thing I'm doing right now. The surf's pumping up the coast, and I'm sitting here making a YouTube video on this beautiful January day because I'm sick. And it's the same thing when you get hurt skating or any of it, man. It's basically your body telling you need to like chill out, relax, and pursue some other activities. So I think that any time that we're I hate to use the word disabled, but inactive in our pursuits, it's time for us to look into some other pursuits. You know, when my back was all tore up about a year and a half ago, that really, I couldn't skate or surf or do anything, so that really forced me to kind of pursue the art thing, and that's sort of taken off on its own level. So if you've broken yourself off snowboarding this season, why don't you pursue one of your other activities that you've been neglecting, and that might enable you to snowboard more in the future, because the art thing has allowed me to have the freedom to surf more. So what turned out to be what I thought at the time was a catastrophic, life-altering injury turned out to be a gift. And I don't know how it all works. I don't ask questions anymore. So here I am. I'm sick. I went surfing the other day, and halfway through my session, I could feel my sinuses getting all jammed up. I'd gotten good one day between the food poisoning and the surf session, and I'd gotten sick. And the reason that I'm under the weather is that I've decided to take on a pretty radical new challenge in my dream. I guess it's not really a new challenge. I'm going for the, I'm running for city council here in Malibu once again. And I'm doing it with my buddy Andy, who I did it with last time. And where last time I was just going for it, this time I know exactly what I'm getting into. And I think that, my body's responding to the huge undertaking that I'm about to embark upon, and basically just kind of putting me into a holding pattern and saying, you just need to, catch a little space right now and get ready, because from here on out, once we get certified this Thursday, man, it's 3 months of insanity. Plus, there's a whole bunch of surf coming, so it's going to be game on. And the reason I'm running for city council in my community again is because I believe in the future, and not in the future tripping sense. I just have to have hope in this lifetime, and that hope comes from me saying that I'm not going to allow the powers to be to control my destiny, or the high frequency tribe's destiny, or people who don't know's destiny. Part of the reason that the system's so out of hand right now is because nobody's taking controls of the system. And I'm a big believer that think globally, act locally. There's not a lot I can do on the global scale directly, except how I interact with my local energy field. And I just really can't stress enough that if more of us went and tried to get ourselves into our local elected positions, because it is our duty as human beings on Spaceship Earth is to participate. And for some, it might not actually be city government or government at all. It might be other things. But if we just sit around and only worry about ourselves, we're doing our spiritual self a huge disservice. And I firmly believe that, the first thing we have to do is get ourselves centered and organized and kind of the oneness going on with ourselves. And then we have to move out of our own little sphere of influence and begin to affect change in the next sphere of influence. I talk about it a lot. You get yourself centered, and then you move into to join up with your neighbors, and then you get your street organized, and then you get your neighborhood organized, and your city and your county and your country, your continent, and then the spaceship. And then maybe we'll be allowed to move out into the universal flow. But so yeah, we're taking on City Hall again in the most official way possible. We're throwing our hats in the rings as candidates, and it's a huge undertaking. And I think my body's just responding to the external reflection of the internal thing. Like, the system's sick, right? So how am I going to make this system healthy? First of all, I got to participate, acknowledge that it has sickness in it, and secondly, begin to put different energies into it. So, that's what I'm going to try to do is eat a lot better, try to meditate more, try to be more positive, try to be more stoked out, and try to take our city back from the low-frequency beings that want to turn it into a shopping mall. So anyway, we're going to be in the illusions, postings, and dreams. They're sort of going to take a little bit of the twist. If I start the video pretty square as Hamish Patterson, that's election-oriented stuff. And, I hope you tune in, because I think it's a learning process for all of us. And I hope that I can spark some of you out there to stop I don't want to, it's not a judgment. I just know that it's so much easier to sit and complain about what's wrong with the system than to actually go and participate in the solution. I mean, what I'm undertaking is radical, man. It's a full commitment, man. If I win, it's a 4-year commitment to go and do the best I can for my community. But I think I'm ready for it. Anyway, I hope all your dreams are super positive and bountiful in this 2014, the year of the positive vibe. Yeah.